Ghana has been facing multiple economic challenges. This has led to the government requesting for a $3 billion bailout from the International Monetary Fund (IMF) to help it restore macroeconomic stability. The IMF assistance, which is yet to be finalized, is conditioned on Ghana restructuring its debt, both domestic and external. This also means that the government must put in place measures to bring public debt down to more manageable levels from the currently estimated 105% of GDP to 55% in present value terms by 2028. Already, the government embarked on the domestic debt exchange program, which closed on Friday, 10th February 2023, with over 80% participation of eligible bonds. Speaking at Graphic Stanbic Bank breakfast meeting in Accra, the managing director of the Ghana Stock Exchange, Abena Amwa, called on the government to refrain from borrowing at high rates for servicing of the country's debt post-IMF.
I say DDEP is a silver lining we must grab with both hands and fly with it. Distinguished guests, a few other lessons from DDEP for me. Transparency and accountability. It is critical that if we are going to rebuild trust and confidence in our economy, government, private institutions, to the large extent the individual, the taxpayer, we must conduct ourselves in a transparent and accountable manner to build trust with other stakeholders. Fiscal discipline. This is necessary for sustainable economic growth. Governments must prioritize economic and social investments and must avoid using expensive debt to pay emoluments and service more debts. And the emoluments goes to 700,000 public servants. And today we spend more than 40% of revenues paying emoluments and the rest paying public debts. We need to spend where it matters most.
On his part, the convener of the Pensioners Bondholders Forum, Dr. Edu Ananeunju, questioned the failure of state regulators for failing to protect the interest of investors.
If you don't protect investors, you won't get any confidence in the market. When this DDEP issue came, I did not see any regulator performing an investor protection role. The government is an issuer of securities, and people who are holding government securities must be protected. The fact that government securities will not go through regulations for approval before issuance does not mean people who are holding that document should not be protected. How come investors were told that I will not give you any interest whatsoever for 1 year? And regulators thought that they have no role to protect that investor. Regulators must protect investors. Look at what is happening at the other side of financial services, the savings and loans and the financial houses. For some 3 years, people cannot assess their investment with some of these institutions. And the Bank of Ghana is looking at it.